Zilly seating Mike, the Tennessee store of American Pickers, star Mike Wolfe, is bustling with patrons, while Frank Fritz's Illinois store is empty. Frank's business makes $25,000, but Mike's store makes $903,000. Frank, also 60, runs Frank Fritz Finds in Savannah, Illinois, and Mike, 60, owns Antique Archaeology in Nashville, Tennessee, and La Claire, Iowa. Compared to Frank's Iowa business, Mike's Tennessee site is overflowing with patrons, as the U.S. Sun can exclusively disclose. Customers were seen crammed inside the Nashville store to look at products and antiques in pictures that were only acquired by the U.S. Sun. Regarding the images of Frank's location, there isn't a single consumer there. The U.S. Sun was exclusively informed by a source that Mike's Nashville store is never empty. People are constantly entering and leaving. The crew is amiable and frequently responds to inquiries from viewers on the performance. According to the source, Frank's store experiences hours without any customers. They only receive a small number of clients. Keep watching for more details. Hi viewers, my name is Elena. Welcome to my channel. Like this video and subscribe to our channel. So let's start. Mike's store is housed in a building that also houses a confectionery store and a clothes store. Regarding Frank Fritz Finds, it's situated in the rear area of Hog Dog's Bar and Grill. Yearly sales. The yearly sales of both sites were formerly covered by the U.S. Sun. Experience Business Valuation Report states that Antique Archaeology Nashville's projected yearly sales are $903,000. According to the study, the firm has a low-risk business credit score, which indicates a good probability of on-time payment. Antique Archaeology obtained a low-risk rating of 2 out of 5 for financial stability, which translates to a 1.11% potential risk of severe financial distress within the next 12 months. According to Experience Business Valuation Report for Frank Fritz Finds, the company's expected yearly revenues are $25,000. The company has a medium risk rating of 27 on its business credit score. The shop was rated as medium high risk, 4 out of 5, by the Financial Stability Risk Ratings. This indicates a 10% potential risk of severe financial distress within the next 12 months, according to the research. Retail Antiques. In his store, Mike offers pricey, one-of-a-kind antiques, and viewers may also view props from the program. One costs $2,100 and contains an undamaged Ozu eye replica produced in France. A $2,700 Polarine thermometer sign is another item. A consumer would have to pay $2,800 for a Mae West pump. The cost of a leather suit featuring Native American designs and matching pants is $900. For $1,250, there's a yellow airplane ride that looks to be in decent shape. The cost of an Eco Tire flat pump Model 97 is $2,200. For $2,200, customers could also purchase a vintage Pepsi machine. One framed harp advertisement by Johnny Cash is up for $1,200. An old slot machine is available for $750 at Frank's Business. A Sure Gain Feed Services sign costs $350, while a vintage Wills's 3 Castle cigarettes sign costs $400. Frank is selling an antique sprinkler for $150, and a test panel costs $400. Frank is selling an antique teapot covered with seashells for $138. An antique insulator may cost $200 or more to buy. The business also sells clothing, tea sets, albums, trinkets, and other things. The conservatorship of Frank. Frank had a stroke in July 2022, which has prevented him from being as active in the company. On August 18, Frank's close friends requested an immediate appointment of a temporary conservator and guardian for the celebrity. stating that his stroke had left his decision-making capacity so impaired. The U.S. Sun was able to obtain conservatorship paperwork that disclosed intentions to renovate the business. The conservator Midwest-owned bank filed an initial plan that said, "Mr. Fritz is a well-known collector with numerous outbuildings full of valuable collections. The conservator intends to keep those goods mostly as they are, except restocking Mr. Fritz's antique business in Savannah, Illinois as needed. The conservator has not yet inventoried those items. The conservator hopes that Frank will be allowed to continue choosing and setting the price of the things as he did in the past." Firing of Frank. Frank took a hiatus from American Pickers during an episode in March 2020 to recuperate from back surgery, which resulted in 185 stitches and 2 rods in his spine. Additionally, he disclosed to the U.S. Sun that he spent 77 days in an Iowan recovery center for alcohol abuse. During the 2021 interview with the U.S. Sun, Frank disclosed his conflict with co-star Mike. "I haven't spoken to Mike in 2 years," said Frank. "He didn't give me a call to see how I was doing even though he knew I had a back problem. That's the way things are. The entire show is skewed in his favor. I'm not even able to stoop that low to convey to you how much. That's all right. It's similar to having Steven Tyler as the front guy of Aerosmith. I've discovered my place on the program. I'm number 2 and he's number 1. I don't have an issue with it, perhaps he does." Ty Morrow's friend is again. However, a buddy revealed to the Quad City Times that Frank and Mike spent Memorial Day weekend together in tears. The U.S. Sun was informed by a source that everything between them is fine. They have 40 years of mutual acquaintance. They completed high school together and have all of these experiences. Since Frank had the stroke, the source claimed that Mike has seen him a few times. The two have also texted and called each other today. France he now. As he still has a lengthy rehabilitation ahead of him, the U.S. Sun earlier revealed that Frank continues to get physical therapy assistance while residing in an assisted living home. Frank was unable to communicate verbally or physically, so he has been there. He remains in an assisted living facility, a close friend of Mike's asserted. The insider went on to claim that although Frank got his verbal back, the star has struggled with improving his mobility. He's had a really hard time getting motivated. The insider asserted he found the drive to talk, but he's not quite there with the physical therapy. However, according to a second person who is close to Frank's family, he is healing at his own speed. The second insider stated, "He's been working really hard to not overdo himself, stress himself out, and honor his health. He's not going overboard or making an effort to impress himself. He is respecting the current state of affairs. For physical treatment, he is only at the assisted living facility. I'm hoping he gets well. I'm confident he will." Currently, Mike, his brother Robbie, Danielle Colby, and John Jersey John Soleil are the show's stars.